Today I fucked up by giving back panties to my girlfriend except they weren't hers. I recently found panties in my bedroom. I have been dating this girl for about 5 months, so I assumed they were hers. I cleaned them with my clothes and put them away. This morning, as she was leaving my place, she complained that she didn't have time to go home before going to school and, hence, would have to wear the same panties. Suddenly, I remember the ones I found and say, "Hey, actually, I have pair of your panties laying around." However, when I brought them out, her reaction was not what I anticipated. "Those aren't mine," she said. "I have no idea where they came from. They must be from months ago, before I started dating her, and I just found them, I guess." I told the same thing to her, but she didn't seem convinced, and there was a bit of tension as she left my place this morning. Boys, if you find panties in your home, just throw them away. It's not worth the risk. Too long did not read. I thought I found my girlfriend's panties in my room and I tried to give them back to her. They weren't her panties. Edit. That's how it works, right? I appreciate all the comments of people sharing their advice, similar stories and perspectives. I read so many. Thank you. 2. The only person I share my washer and dryer with is my roommate. But I don't think he will be asking his girlfriend if they are hers after this. Anyway, I don't really want to start an investigation. 3. I do clean my room. How often do you move your bookshelf to do so? Me. Twice a year, I'd say. 4. No updates on my front, I'm afraid. I don't want to try to find explanations to convince her, so I'll just give her space and see how it goes. 5. I'm afraid that I'm not Joe, but I wish him all the best. I was cleaning my room once and found a necklace behind my bed. So I texted a picture of it to my girlfriend at the time saying that I found her necklace. I got the same response: it wasn't hers. The only other girl that had been in my house for like a year was my friend's girlfriend, who was also my neighbor, that came to take care of my dog one weekend. Reached out to friend's girlfriend and she confirmed that it was hers. That is how I found out my friend and his girlfriend had sex on my bed while I was away. I will throw out all my wife's panties, I suppose. Maybe this should turn into a trashy version of Cinderella where all the local girls see if the panties fit. Don't panic and make a big deal about it, because it seems more dishonest that way. Just shrug and go on. You honestly thought they were hers, and were trying to be a good boyfriend. It's really not your fault if she doesn't see and understand that. And you should definitely explain that to her. Similar thing happened to me not a long time ago. My husband or me, I don't remember which one, found men's underwear and we are sure it's not his because it's completely different style, looking like something a child would wear but in larger size. At first our only explanation was it's my brother's who stayed with us for few nights and is much younger than me, but he said it's not. We forgot about it and few weeks later here they are again on our balcony. I threw them in the trash even though I was sure I did it the first time. Waiting to see if they pop up again. Just admit they are yours. So, my wife found a bra in our room that wasn't hers right after she got home from having surgery and was in the hospital for about a week. She initially thought I had been fooling around, except I didn't know where they came from and was making jokes about it. Eventually found out that my sister had been given a bunch of clothes from a friend while our kids were at her house and they all got dumped over, and one of the kids must have gotten it mixed in with their clothes before coming home. The size matched up and everything. I wasn't worried because I hadn't done anything, but the wife didn't believe me at first. Probably was still suspicious after she found out where they came from. This happened to me while my boyfriend was cleaning his place, and I can understand your GF's feelings. It's one thing to know about one's relationship history, and another to hold the relics of past lovers in your hands. Today I fucked up by watching Dune. All my life I have been pirating shows and movies because I'm poor and cheap in the same time. That being illegal never bothered me since I was living in a country where everyone was doing it and nothing happened. A couple of days ago I moved to Germany. Being a big fan of Dune, when I saw it arriving on YIFY I was thrilled and downloaded it the same second without thinking too much. I did not use a VPN because back home it was not necessary since they weren't tracking it at all. Forward 2 days later. A bill and an agreement came from the crime police with a fee of €963 and for me to sign it that I won't do it again. So this will officially be the most expensive movie I ever saw. I will store on a cold hard and watch it at least once a month for the rest of my life to remind myself of this. Too long did not read. I paid €963 to watch Dune. That's €360 per hour. 3 euros per minute. 10 c per second. I did like the movie though. But no so much. Edit. 1. Still did not pay the fine. Might try working around it with all this feedback being like this. 2. For people from the USA it's $1,113. 3. Thanks for all the feedback and awards guys and gals. Most of the time these letters don't come from the Kriminalpolizei itself but from big lawyer firms hired by copyright holders to go after the money of people. I've read that people just didn't pay the fine and never heard from them again because the lawyer firms have it too busy anyways with writing stupid threatening letters to people. So with a bit of luck they'll just forget about you and move on to the next victim of their basically legalized mafia. I like how you said crime police. I wasn't sure if it came from the fashion police. How was it? The movie, I mean, not the experience itself. My uncle once disputed such a claim by basically writing back that multiple people use his Wi-Fi and it would be very difficult for him to control what everyone does on it. This was in Denmark though. Can't remember if they just didn't answer or just backed down, but he never paid anything. I feel like his argument still stands though. Always use a VPN. No, you need to go to the Verbraucherzentrale. Damn, my English is too bad to explain what you can do. Do you speak a little bit German in any case? My friend had his internet turned off because he downloaded Adobe Photoshop. This was the 4th time he had been notified in about 2 months. He was told to reply to the letter with a declaration that he would not do it again to be considered for reconnection. He wrote back saying he was doing a school project and was looking for photos of Adobe shops, and accidentally downloaded the software. They accepted that and turned him back on. Weird Al made a song about your situation. It's called Don't Download This Song. The video is hilarious. Today I fucked up by unintentionally calling my boss, babe, in front of my entire work group. We had a massive deadline this morning at work. It was on the entire company's radar. Our whole team has been driving it like we stole it to get it done. Due to things out of our control, our test data didn't come in on time. At the end of yesterday, it looked like our spectacular accomplishment was about to be a colossal public failure. My boss waved us off late in the day because everyone was blurry-eyed, and Frankenstein walking around like we worked in the shadow realm. Even if the data arrived at that point, the report was going to be a Herculean effort. He's a super dude and was already falling on his sword to leadership for us and congratulating us on an amazing attempt as he told us all to go home. We all knew he could be dodging flaming meteors fired at him this morning, but he never let on or showed any disappointment. It had been lots of late nights stacked on top of tons of stress, so most everyone went home to a real life. I've recently detonated my personal life and been deep in the boo-hoo phase of a breakup, so I took a minute to doomscroll instead. As I sat there, the data hit my inbox. I simply couldn't take another loss this week. 2 of my teammates were still in the building when I announced I was slaying this damn report and screaming for a bonus. And possibly a parade, depending on how saucy I felt. God love 'em, they joined my quantum crazy, and after maining coffee all night, we got that shit done right before the ass crack of dawn. My boss showed up early with breakfast and more coffee as soon as he heard to do the final read-through, only finding out we'd stayed after we actually created something coherent. High fives rocketed around the room when we finally incorporated his edits in time. I was shaky from displacing my blood with caffeine but vibing the high-voltage energy in the room. I needed it in the worst way. Still, there were a few additional logistics to get this thing launched successfully. That's technically part of my job, but my boss tells us all to go home and get some sleep as he gets the signatures to close for us. As the movie trailer voice in my head is claiming the victory from the flames in a very sexy, very male and lusciously deep voice, I remembered a key step that might get overlooked. It was a moment of cognitive dissonance. My brain misfired as I yelled at my boss's back, "Babe, don't forget to have finance upload the XXX form." Oh, holy shit. Imagine my boss, slowly, turning, dead ass staring at me like I'd lost my bloody mind. I have no idea what he is looking at, and my head shifts 45 degrees, dog-earing the man as I'm non-verbally asking him, "What now?" I didn't hear myself say, "Babe." It didn't register until the asshats that are my coworker chime in. "Yeah, Babe, make sure you get that form from finance. BAAAAABYYYYY. Maybe you can talk them into giving us a bonus. PLEEEESEBAAAAABE. Exclamation mark quote dot. They are stupidly entertaining, and I am typically a secret sap for how they tease me, but the coming hazing will be perpetual and merciless. I didn't even apologize to the poor man. The blood rushing to my face rebooted my brain. Hiding under my hands, I started to giggle at the comedy of the situation. Tears were running down my face as the snippers conjugated any phrase they could invoke using babe. Fortunately, my boss slinked away, but oh God, how am I ever looking him in the eye again? I might figuratively die for being an idiot sandwich on Monday, or sooner as it keeps playing through my head. TLR not adulting well and called my boss babe. Waiting for the fun convo with HR now. Edit. I took a power nap and woke up to you snippers blowing me up. Thank you for the love and positivity. It's been a shitty week and you guys have me laughing. Double down. Next time call him sweetie. Boss baby. Adult version of calling your teacher mom. Just apologize and tell your boss it was the consequences of working all night catching up to you. He'll understand. Hell, he'll probably want to believe you. Your team is a total loss, however. Get a Babe Ruth bobblehead and put it somewhere funny. Best to tackle the jokehead on emo. When I worked at a bank, a coworker told a customer in the drive-thru, "Bye, I love you." Everyone heard it. She got an awful lot of teasing for a long time. It'll all be good. Honestly, what would HR even say? Hey, don't get excited about saving your team's ass? Tell everyone that you now identify as a 70-yo Southern belle, and start calling everyone sweetie, darling, or babe.